Thank you for joining us on Studio G. My name is Kylie Pierce.
And my name is Jalen. Let's get started.
We have some breaking news coming out of our campus for international students. The Trump administration has reversed their decision to revoke visas for students who participated in protests. UNLV has confirmed that all 7 of the students who had their visas revoked have now had them reinstated. The immigration clinic on campus is still on campus and available to any international students in need of assistance or guidance at this time. And keeping on the subject of the news on campus, UNLV will be having their all-hands-on meeting where our university leaders are gathering to share updates with the campus community. All hands-on meetings originally started with our past president, Keith Whitfield. This upcoming meeting will be the first without him, being led by our newly appointed president, Chris Heavy. This has been 8 months since the last one, and a lot has happened within the UNLV community that will be touched base on. The all-hands-on meeting will be this upcoming Monday, May 5th, from 9 to 11 a.m. in the Student Union and is open to all campus community members to attend. If you would like to opt into the virtual option instead, it will be live-streamed and you can find more information on unlv.edu. The annual UNLV-No has grown into Las Vegas's premier wine, spirits, and food event, and tomorrow they celebrate 50 years. In celebration of this milestone, UNLV-No is holding a grand tasting that will bring together wine, connoisseurs, enthusiasts, students, and more for an unforgettable night of amazing wines and raising scholarship funds for students in the College of Hospitality here at UNLV. The event is tomorrow at the Thomas & Mack. 6 p.m. is when the VIP tasting starts, followed by general tasting at 7 p.m. Tickets and more information are available at unlvno.com.
Another thing happening right here on campus is the Nevada Conservatory Theater, who is putting on a play opening this weekend. This show is called Murder on the Orient Express. Tonight will be their first preview performance for Pay What You Can. On Friday, the show officially opens at 7:30 p.m. at the Judy Bailey Theater. For UNLV students, the show costs $20. For the public, it costs $35, and the play runs May 2nd through 11th, only on weekends. The show sounds really interesting. It would be fun to support the UNLV theater students. As the semester is coming to an end, Rebels are getting prepared for their finals. We had reporter Jonathan to give us the best areas on campus to study.
As the spring semester is wrapping up and Rebels are getting ready to take their finals, we're here to show you the best study spots here in campus for those long study hours to get those final assignments done. Let's go check them out. Let's get started off with Lead Library, the go-to for many students. Lead Library offers a variety of environments, from silent study zones to group collaboration areas. Be sure to reserve a study room as soon as possible. And as we go on to the Architecture Study Library, a hidden gem, especially for those who enjoy natural lights and a quiet atmosphere, open to all students, not just architecture majors. Then there's the Hospitality Hall Commons, spacious, modern, and filled with natural light. Great for solo or group study, with different scenery environments alongside various nearby food options for those long study sessions. And if you want a more stress-free vibe, come down to the Student Union Study Lounge. Multiple levels with comfortable seating and a more relaxed vibe, ideal for a casual review or taking a study break with friends. But if you want to take advantage of this beautiful Las Vegas weather, there's the outdoor study areas. Check out shaded benches near WRI or any benches around campus for a change of scenery. And for our grad students, you got a space just for you. Located on the second floor of Gateway Building, the Gateway Commons is a dedicated area designed exclusively for graduate students. We know the finals can be stressful, but you don't have to go through it alone. UNLV CAPS offers free confidential mental health support for students, including same-day services, therapy sessions, workshops, and resources to manage stress, anxiety, and more. For more information, type in www.unlv.com/CAPS. And this is Jonathan Constantino reporting from Studio G. Back to y'all.
Thank you, Jonathan, for that. Now we know where to go to the best grades for this final week of this spring semester.
Big news regarding the NFL draft and UNLV. For the first time since 2010, a Rebel has selected in a draft. Ricky White III alongside Jackson Woodard are now being regarded as a Seahawk in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. White was drafted, but Woodard was signed afterwards. Finally, UNLV has a draft pick after 15 long years. We wish Ricky White III and Jackson Woodard the best of luck in Seattle.
Six MGM properties on the Las Vegas Strip are cutting concierge staff due to guest preferences. In March, Valet and Bell staff were cut at Excalibur and 50 employees were laid off at Resorts World in order to optimize efficiency. MGM reps say that demand for in-person services have declined, with guests preferring digital self-service options. Guests can still make concierge calls to MGM Resorts, but will be routed to Aria and Bellagio, as affected employers are being offered other positions in transition support. Calling all animal lovers, there might be a potential furry friend looking for you. The Animal Foundation is now at full capacity, including dogs, kittens, and their campus currently have 946 animals, and 549 of them are dogs that are in need of a home. You can foster medium to large dogs that are 6 months and older, kittens, or cats that are nursing with litters. If you're currently interested in fostering, their address is 655 North Mojave Road, Tuesday to Sunday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you do decide to foster and end up adopting, the Animal Foundation will waive the adoption fee. For more information, make sure to stay updated with their socials or check out their website at animalfoundation.com.
Henderson's acting chief of police, Deputy Chief Itzhak Hen, announced on Monday his plans to retire in June. The city spokesperson said in an email that they are actively recruiting for police chief. They will need to make a decision by summer.
The Real ID deadline is approaching. Now less than 2 weeks away, enforced by the Department of Homeland Security, it will be a requirement for all U.S. residents 18 years of age and older to have a Real ID or another acceptable form of identification, such as passports, military IDs, and green cards, to board domestic commercial flights. May 7th is the deadline. After May 7th, without a Real ID or other acceptable forms of identification, you may experience delays at airport security checkpoints or be denied boarding. If you don't have a Real ID and plan on traveling, then you should probably apply for one as soon as possible.
Coming up, the Trump administration's tariffs are continuing to affect Americans across the country. More on how this tariff turmoil continues to unfold coming up.
Plus, Bruno Mars is making history with his upcoming Las Vegas residency. All that and more after the break.
Every year, thousands of people are hospitalized by the flu, a virus that is easily preventable through vaccination. The virus transmits through any close contact, so getting your shot is the first step in stopping the spread. The more people that get the vaccine, the less likely it becomes for you to contract and infect others with the virus. With flu season in full effect, there is never a better time than now to get your flu shot. Talk to your local doctor, pharmacy, or visit the CDC website at www.cdc.gov for more information. Do your part to stop the spread of the flu and schedule your flu vaccination today.
Every 7 minutes, a pedestrian is killed or injured due to impatient and reckless driving and careless walking. For everyone's safety, don't be reckless. Watch the road.
In today's world, getting to know your neighbors isn't just about being friendly, it's about keeping your community safe. Building strong connections with those around you creates an extra layer of security. Neighbors who know each other can help prevent intruders by noticing when something seems off. And when natural disasters strike or emergencies arise, those same connections can make all the difference. Getting to know your neighbors isn't just about community, it's about safety and support. Take some time today to get to know your neighbors. You never know when you might need each other.
Okay, so just say welcome back to Studio G.
Welcome back to Studio G. It's honestly been such a great day today. We're going to jump into some national news. Reporter Misty Regal tells us more about what the ongoing effects of tariffs.
Amazon is in the spotlight after reports surfaced that they considered showing price changes due to tariffs. This move was seen as a way to increase transparency about how President Trump's tariffs on imports, especially from China, affect prices for American consumers. However, the White House quickly condemned the idea. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had this to say.
Take this since I just got off the phone with the president about Amazon's announcement. This is a hostile and political act by Amazon. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years?
Amazon has since clarified that the plan to display tariff fees was only contemplated for a small subset of products and was never approved or implemented on its main site. Meanwhile, the broader impact of these tariffs is already being felt across the U.S. since the tariffs took effect. Cargo shipments from China to the U.S. have plummeted by almost 60%, with shipping ports looking empty. Trucking companies still recovering from the pandemic are now facing new delays and rising costs after fewer goods arrive at American ports. Retailers warn that these disruptions could soon lead to fewer choices and higher prices for shoppers. As inventories shrink and restocking becomes more difficult, experts say that if tariffs remain in place, Americans could see empty shelves and supply shortages in stores as early as next month. This has been Misty Regal reporting.
The tariff turmoil continues to be a looming issue for the nation.
A lot of people are upset with Trump's recent actions. Will Trump stay his full term? Reporter Me has more. Democrats are filing to impeach President Donald Trump during his second term. After Trump's recent decisions on deportation and tariffs, Democrats are upset and want to remove him from office. Michigan Democratic Representative Shri Thanedar stated, "When Trump ignores the Constitution, Congress, and the courts, he is not fighting for America. He is tearing it down and endangering our democracy." Thanedar introduced the 7 articles of impeachment against Trump for various actions, including the deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was mistakenly sent to El Salvador, and the Department of Government Efficiency cutting funds without congressional approval. Thanedar said, "Finally, and most importantly, he is attempting to consolidate unchecked power and erode the constitutional limits of the presidency." Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer speaks to CNN's State of Union.
First, what he's doing here is just outrageous and against every iota of what Americans believe. And this is not the only instance. There are reportedly other instances where U.S. citizen children were deported without any due process. Right now, President Trump is violating rule of law in every way. And we're fighting him every single day in every way. And our goal is to show the American people over and over again, whether it's the economy, whether it's tariffs, whether it's Russia and overseas, and whether it's rule of law, how bad he is.
The Democrats just filed for the impeachment, so we won't know what will happen over time. Will the Republican Party vote to impeach Trump? How long will the Democrats continue this fight against him? This is Jalen reporting for Studio G. Back to you guys at the desk. This will be the first time Trump gets impeached during his second term.
A travel advisory is out for conditional green card holders. Traveling abroad now requires extra preparation to ensure a smooth return to the U.S., and knowing your rights is more important than ever. Conditional green card holders, often through marriage or investment, should check their green card expiration dates before travel outside of the country. Some travelers have reported being pressured to sign Form I-407, which voluntarily gives up permanent residency. When coming back into the country, if you sign these forms, it will effectively give up your green card status. It is important to know that signing these forms is voluntary, and you have the right to consult with an immigration attorney before making such a decision. Remember, you're not required to sign. Only an immigration judge can revoke your status. You can request a hearing if your green card is questioned. Ask for legal counsel before signing anything. Never sign documents you don't fully understand. Experts recommend carrying a residency kit with job records, tax returns, or lease agreements to prove ties to the U.S. For conditional green card holders, keeping up to date on immigration and TSA changes of international travel and reentry procedures is essential. Always consult with an immigration attorney before making decisions that could impact your residency status.
Power has been restored in Portugal and Spain after a one-of-a-kind outage had left millions without power. Reporter Evan Carroll has more on the story.
The massive power outage affected flights, public transportation, cell service, and many other modern amenities were knocked out for nearly a day. Hospitals suspended routine care, people were caught in elevators, and even the Mutua Madrid Open tennis tournament was canceled.
The blackout also halting play at the Madrid Open and cutting Coco Gauff's post-match interview short.
Not get a lot of sleep.
The American star later posting from darkened locker rooms.
Portuguese Prime Minister Luis Montenegro said in an interview that, quote, everything indicates that the outage stemmed from Spain. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez responded saying he wasn't sure and that it is better not to speculate. The search continues as just yesterday, Spanish officials convened to investigate further, even asking European regulators and other private agencies to help look for clues. Some facts have come forward, revealing that a connection between Spain and Portugal was interrupted just 30 minutes before the outage. Though this is a disruptive event, it is unlikely that something like this could cause an outage at such a massive scale.
No evidence has been found to suggest any sort of cyber or terror attack, adding to the confusion on what could have caused this.
Our neighbors up north in Canada just had their federal election, and the Liberal Party led by Mark Carney came out on top with its 4th consecutive term, this time leading a minority government. A big reason the Liberal Party won was Carney's focus on keeping Canada economically stable and more independent from the U.S., which connected with a lot of voters. Here's a small portion of the newly elected Prime Minister's victory speech.
We have to look out for ourselves. And above all, we have to take care of each other. Yeah. And my message to every Canadian is this: no matter where you live, no matter what language you speak, no matter how you voted, I will always do my best to represent everyone who calls Canada home.
This is the first time a new Prime Minister has been elected since 2015.
Before we go to break, let's kick it over to Fatima for more of the weather.
Hello, I have the weather for you guys for today. It's Fatima Marcet. For our current temperature, it looks like we're sitting at 72 degrees. Cloudy and sunny, not too hot, not too cold, getting into the summer. And then for our valley temperatures, looks like North Las Vegas, Anthem, and Boulder City is all at 70 degrees, with Enterprise and Sunrise at 72 degrees, and Summerlin and Henderson at 69 degrees. So it looks like all throughout the valley, we're in the kind of low 70s, high 60s, not too bad. And then going into our on-campus expected high, looks like our expected high is going to be at 10 a.m., 82 degrees. Kind of like in the low 80s. For those of you who hate the heat but love the cold, get used to it because it's only going to get hotter from here. And then for our sunset time, the sun is going to be setting at 7:28, which is pretty good, gives us more time to enjoy our day. And then for our 7-day forecast, caution because today there might be a slight chance of rain. I don't know, I have to point at it. Okay, and then tomorrow it's gonna kind of get warmer at 88 degrees, sunny. Saturday, Sunday, and then heading into the next week, it looks like it's gonna kind of cool down. It's gonna be raining on Sunday at 70 degrees, as well as Monday, Tuesday at 63 and 69 degrees. But then it kind of warms up again on Wednesday at 78 degrees. For the lows, it looks like we're definitely gonna be cooling down heading into the night at 60 degrees for today, 67 for tomorrow, and then heading into the kind of low 60s, high 50s throughout the rest of the week. But then we warm back up again at 62 degrees on Wednesday. That'll be all for weather this week. Thank you so much, and that'll be it. Thank you.
Movies.
Resay it.
Coming up next, there are a lot of new shows and movies on the horizon. All that and more entertainment coming up right after the break.
Drunk driving is more than just a fine. It's lives lost, someone's family member gone, and futures ruined. One choice can lead to a lifetime of regret. Are you willing to pay that price and ruin someone's life? If you drink, find a safe way home. Look out for others because no amount of fun is worth losing a life.
In today's world, getting to know your neighbors isn't just about being friendly, it's about keeping your community safe. Building strong connections with those around you creates an extra layer of security. Neighbors who know each other can help prevent intruders by noticing when something seems off. And when natural disasters strike or emergencies arise, those same connections can make all the difference. Getting to know your neighbors isn't just about community, it's about safety and support. Take some time today to get to know your neighbors. You never know when you might need each other.
The world is predicted to generate at least 220 million tons of plastic waste in the year of 2024. 70 million tons are predicted to end up in our environment. It's not hard to do. Recycle.
Welcome back to Studio G. Let's take a look at entertainment. A lot has happened this week.
And now to Aaliyah with the music update.
Welcome back to the Studio G Weekly Music Update. Beyoncé kicked off her Cowboy Carter World Tour this past Monday in LA with guest performances from the one and only Blue Ivy and Rumi Carter. The Coachella drama is far from over. They were fined $20,000 by the city of Indio for Travis Scott going 3 minutes over his allotted set time. F1 the movie soundtrack has revealed a star-studded lineup. Expect to hear tracks from Ed Sheeran, Rosé, Burna Boy, Doja Cat, Sexy Red, and more. Kehlani responds to not being allowed to perform at Cornell, stating that she is not anti-Semitic, but anti-genocide. The charts are looking widely the same this week, with Luther spending its 10th week at number 1. Finally, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has revealed their class of 2025 list, which includes Cyndi Lauper and hip-hop duo Salt-N-Pepa and Outkast. Many more have also been revealed, but that's all I have for you today. See you next week.
Thanks, Aaliyah. The Cowboy Carter concert looks awesome. I wish I could be there.
Honestly, me too. I think I've been seeing more of that tour starting in my social media, but I'm not gonna lie, my favorite music is EDM, so.
And speaking of music hits, have you been wanting to see Bruno Mars in concert?
When I get more chances, because he is extending his residency in Las Vegas, making history in the process.
Bruno Mars just announced 9 new shows in August and September of this year. With these dates, he will hit his 100th show in Las Vegas.
He has been performing at Park MGM since 2016, so this is his 9th year here. Right now, you can buy the tickets on pre-sale.
This tour also comes amid rumors that Mars is in extreme gambling debt.
Despite the rumors, MGM has gone on record and denied any claims of debt or gambling addiction. Warner Brothers is releasing a new version of a Minecraft movie into the theaters starting tomorrow on May 2nd. A Minecraft movie Block Party Edition will encourage audiences to sing, dance, and laugh along to the film. The Block Party Edition of Minecraft movie comes after movie theaters experienced rowdy crowds, many being destructive and leaving an aftermath of trash. Warner Brothers' A Minecraft Movie has currently grossed over $816 million globally and aims to earn more after the release of a Minecraft Movie Block Party Edition. A Minecraft Movie Block Party Edition will be shown in select theaters starting tomorrow, May 2nd. Tickets are available now.
New in the film industry, Oscar voters are now required to watch all films in a category in order to cast their vote. Announced by the Academy Awards of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences, the near-century-old Oscar Awards will now require voters to watch all nominated films in a category before voting. The new rule comes after a movement for a more fair voting system among nominees and to avoid biased votes based on nominee popularity alone. The 98th Oscar Awards will be the first Oscar Awards to be impacted by the new voter requirement. The box office has been pretty slow, but it's picking up this summer with some highly anticipated releases. Behind us, we have some that people are looking forward to the most, including the live-action Lilo & Stitch that I can't wait for.
Me too, and I kind of want to see what it'll be like.
To see the full list of upcoming releases, check your local theater listings or imbd.com.
There are a lot of few new grocery stores opening up around the valley, one of those being a new Whole Foods in Summerlin. Here's reporter Blake Addison with more.
Downtown Summerlin has a new neighborhood Whole Foods, located on Spruce Goose, set to have its grand opening on May 15. The 46,500 square feet project started back in May of 2024. With the new location in the Summerlin area, this looks to be the beginning of a start of expansions that include new buildings and townhomes and the Warner Brothers to add to the mix in the area.
For more information on the grand opening, visit MediaWholeFoodMarket.com. I am Blake Addison, and this is Studio G.
Another store that just opened their doors is H Mart, which is more than just your average grocery store. The grand opening of H Mart in Las Vegas brought people lining up for blocks, eager to see what the hype was all about. From trendy Tupperware and colorful produce to shelves full of popular Asian snacks, H Mart has a unique shopping experience that's more than just food. Inside, you'll find everything from fresh cut meats to seafood to comfort snacks and imported fruits. It's a vast amount of everyday essentials and hard to find favorites assorted throughout the store. H Mart goes beyond groceries, beauty, and skincare. Lovers can find Korean cosmetics, facial masks, and personal care products all in one aisle. Even the snack aisle is full of the trendy treats like the Hello Kitty noodles, jelly candies, and traditional desserts like red bean rice cakes and taro buns. The back of the store also has a food court offering everything from Korean fried chicken to dumplings, noodles, and drinks from the popular boba chain Tiger Sugar. If you plan on checking out H Mart, it's located in Spring Mountain and Decatur, near the Chinatown district and based on the opening day crowds. It's safe to say this new hotspot for locals and beyond is here to stay.
I'm super excited about H Mart. I know the lines were out the door.
I want to go to Whole Foods. They have a lot of organic stuff there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you for joining us today for Studio G.
Be sure to tune in for more news next week.